Hey friend, I'm Michael McCurry. I'm sitting here in my office/closet-sized radio room where I normally record Bible Tract Echoes. I'd like to thank you for taking a moment to tune in today. I truly believe what we talk about on the program today could be a help to you. My prayer is that it will be. I hope you have a great day today, this Monday. God bless. Talk to you soon. One of the worst feelings in the entire world is to think that you are unappreciated, to feel that way, thinking that no one cares about you, that no one really notices you. And that's why I'd like to take these few moments here at the beginning of the week, at the beginning of the broadcast today, and express personally to you how much your listenership means to me. You know, as I sit here with my Bible open, with one of our Bible tracts in the open page, and as I prepare to express what I truly believe that God has given me for these next few moments, it occurs to me that everything I've done, the preparation, the time even spent recording right now, it would all be useless. My time would be in vain had you not tuned in today. Therefore, I'd like to dedicate today, tomorrow, this week, and furthermore, this entire program to you, our listeners. Beyond that, I would like to put my money where my mouth is. I'd like to walk the talk, not just talk the talk. I don't just want to tell you over the radio or podcast how much of a blessing you are. I would like to tell you personally. And here's how I'd like to do that. I would like for you to email or call me. You can email me at hello@BibleTractsInc.org. That's HELLO at BibleTractsInc.org, or call me. The phone number of our office is 309-828-6888. Again, one more time, 309-828-6888. Just ask for Micah. I would love to talk to you. Please, do not feel odd or strange about contacting me. I'd love to hear from you. Now, the track that I'd like to highlight today is called I Have Plenty of Time. I'm going to repeat that title because I'd like for it to sink in with you what that statement indicates and the fallacy of that thought. I have plenty of time. Those of you familiar with the Bible understand that really life is nothing but a vapor, that we are not promised tomorrow, and that really we have no claim or knowledge about the time, the date, the whereabouts that death will overtake us. We don't know how much time we have left. There was a young lady, a girl that we will call Mary. She was 19. She was invited to hear an evangelist who preached on how to be saved, how to accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. Here's what her response was. I don't have time for that now. She also said, besides, there'll be plenty of time for that later. What a foolish statement. You see, Mary, as a 19-year-old young lady, thought she had plenty of time. But during the next night of those special preaching meetings, Mary's car skidded out of control, slammed into another vehicle, and she died instantly. She said, I don't have time for that now. She said, I don't have time to think about God or death or judgment or eternity or her soul. Little did she realize that when she spoke those words, she was only hours from eternity. Hebrews 9:27 says, it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment. Do you think that you have plenty of time? I'd love for you, Christian or a friend of our ministry, maybe you'd like to read this track, I Have Plenty of Time. We would absolutely love to send it to you. If you'd like to hear the rest of the story, we'd love to send you that tract completely free of charge. We'll send you 10 or 50 or 100. If you'd like to pass out that tract, maybe you have a friend, maybe you have an acquaintance that thinks that they have plenty of time. I'd love to send it to you completely free of charge. At the conclusion of the broadcast, our announcer will be on to tell you how you can order that tract for yourself. Now, we're going to jump into our Bible study. We have been in the book of Galatians. We are about to get into Galatians chapter number 4. We concluded chapter 3 last week, but I truly believe God is leading us to grab at least one more thought from Galatians 3, and actually the last verse, Galatians 3, verse number 29. I think God is leading us to grab one more thought before really diving into chapter number 4. And so if you will join me there, Galatians chapter number 3 and verse number 29. I'd like to read that verse with you, and I'd like you to do your best to try to figure out what singular word reached out and struck me from this passage. Maybe you will be able to figure it out. Let's read Galatians chapter 3, verse number 29. It says this, "And if ye be Christ's, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise." Let's read that one more time. "And if ye be Christ's, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs, according to the promise." Now, maybe due to my enunciation, due to my stressing a singular word, maybe you figured out what that word was. The word was heir, H-E-I-R. Let's talk about the fact that we, you and I, if you have put your trust in Jesus Christ, that we are heirs. What really an amazing thought. You know, that thought of being an heir. It reminded me of a song, and I take our title for today from this song. The song is titled, "I'm a Royal Descendant." That's the theme of today's broadcast. I'm a royal descendant. That song goes like this. "I could tell you I'm nothing, and I'd be telling the truth. I could say that I'm worthless, a hopeless sinner, and that's true. Oh, but that is just a part of the story. I haven't told everything. You see, I was lost, reborn, and raised, a child of the King." The chorus says, "And I'm a royal descendant of a king from Jerusalem. A part of the bloodline of David, that's who I am. And I claim kindred to Isaac, to Jacob, and Abraham. I'm a royal descendant of a king from Jerusalem." The second verse says, "How in this world could I stand and say such a thing? To say that I'm royal and to claim that my father is a king. Oh, but I'll have to take you to an altar where it happened many years ago. I met this king, and now I am his, and that's all I know. And I'm a royal descendant." I hope today that you can echo that sentiment, that you also are a royal descendant. Really, what a thought that is. That'll make you shout, "Glory." I hope that excites you. You see, friend, I am proud of my spiritual family. I'm proud to be an heir. Okay, so when I say I'm an heir, who am I claiming as my benefactor, as my master, as my father, as my king? Well, let's talk about the who for a moment. Who, with a capital W, am I talking about? I'm very glad that you asked. Let's backtrack to Galatians chapter 3 and verse number 26, just a few verses before what we just read. Galatians 3:26 says, "For ye are all the children of God by faith in Christ Jesus. I am a child of God." You, my friend, are a child of God if you've accepted him. Let's stop here for a moment or two. You see, I repeat, I cannot imagine some of the home lives that some of you, my listeners, have. You know, by way of testimony, I've had the privilege to work on bus routes throughout my ministry career, if you want to call it that. Bus routes are an incredible evangelistic tool. They've seen millions of young people attend church and receive Christ as a result of their ministry. Basically, a bus route is a ministry that is funded by normally a local church that will pick up young people and families from an area that would otherwise likely not have transportation to church and bring them to Sunday school, to bring them to a Sunday morning service. Some churches even run buses on Sunday night and Wednesday night. It's phenomenal the impact that bus routes can have, and I've had the privilege to serve on bus routes before. During my time as an associate pastor in the Northeast Ohio area in Akron, about 45 minutes south of Cleveland, we had the marvelous opportunity to work with some of the greatest kids. But many times, the home lives that these children had was not what I would have hoped and prayed for. There would be times that we'd get a call or we'd knock on the door on Saturday when we were checking up on the young people during bus visitation. And we'd get the notification that little Johnny could not ride the bus on Sunday because he and his sister are staying at their aunt's house out of town because mom is in jail on a drug charge. And I know that a large part of the reason that so many of these young people thrived with just the little bit of love and affection that the amazing bus workers were able to give them was because they did not see that same Christ-like love and affection at home. And I also know that there are some under the sound of my voice that would identify with that. You are familiar with that type of upbringing. Maybe your parents did not seem to have time for you. Maybe you grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. Maybe you didn't have the proverbial silver spoon in your mouth. And I cannot tell you how much that my heart breaks for you. But can I tell you, dear friend, that regardless of your upbringing, no matter the time and manner of your birth, you can put aside any thoughts about your lack of maybe privilege and latch onto this one truth. If you know Christ as King, then you are an heir. You are an heir to a kingdom that Solomon could only dream of, that David never knew on earth, that Abraham and his great riches could not match, that the combination of Warren Buffett and Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and the whole Walton family, heirs to the Walmart Corporation, and the next 10,000 richest people in the world cannot hold a candle to. You are an heir to God Almighty. We are nothing with a capital Nothing compared to Him, meaning God. And yet, He loves us enough to make us heirs to a promise. What promise is that? Well, we'll pick it up tomorrow as we read again Galatians 3:29. Let's end with this verse one more time. And if ye be Christ's, then are ye Abraham's seed, and heirs according to the promise. I'm going to prove our inheritance to you tomorrow. If you'd tune in, I'd love for you to join us as we talk about this idea of being an heir. Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much for taking the time to be a part of this program. God bless. Have a great day for His glory.